had to make the team. Where today, everybody gets a stinking participation trophy.
Everybody gets a medal.
Yeah, we don't want to cut nobody because it might hurt their feelings or something.
Yeah, if somebody's parents calls in, he needs to get the ball more. And then they take it away from the star and give it to the guy because his parent called in.
Exactly. But back in the day, there's only so many spots available, and if you didn't make it, you didn't make it.
You didn't make it.
So you went and worked out and got better, and you came back and made the team.
That's it.
That's a life lesson you learn in life. If you can't learn that in high school, how are you going to survive it as an adult, right?
Right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Six Pack Lab. I'm your host, Johnny Catanzano, and today we have an extremely special guest that I'm very excited to talk with, Branch Warren. Thank you for coming in, sir.
Man, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Branch Warren, Mr. Olympian, IFBB Pro, Arnold Classic champion, longtime career in the IFBB as a professional bodybuilder. We want to find out how Branch got into it, a little bit about his background. Let's talk about your background. How old are you now?
44.
44 years young. You're still pretty young. That's great, man.
Not
a young buck.
Not a young buck no more.
Not a young buck. Where are you from originally?
I was born in Tyler, Texas.
East Texas.
Yeah, I grew up in Seymour, Texas, out west.
Okay, yeah. I've been through Tyler. I haven't been out through Seymour, though.
If you blink, you'll miss it.
Yeah, I know that whole area. You blink, you miss a lot of stuff. And you grew up out there? Okay, cool. Do you go to, do you play any sports in high school?
I did. Of course, I played football. And
I knew it.
Growing up in Texas, especially then.
Of course.
If you didn't play football, people looked at you like you're weird.
Yeah.
So, but I loved it. And that was my first love. And I was actually going to be a bull rider. So
no shit.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know that.
Was your family on a farm or?
Yeah, I grew up on a ranch.
Okay.
So
so you had a lot of experience.
Raised cattle and horses, and
okay.
We had horses because part of the ranch wasn't accessible by vehicles, so you had to actually use them for work. And I had to take care of them. That was one of my first chores. I hated them.
Yeah,
because I had to shovel shit and feed them. And,
nobody likes to shovel shit.
Yeah, and brew, do all the stuff you got to do. Anybody that has horses knows what I'm talking about.
That's a lot of poop.
Yeah, imagine. So then I get older, get my own ranch, and what I do, I went and bought horses.
You got some horses?
Yeah, what was I thinking? But
want to pick up some poop again?
But no, so out there wasn't a lot to do. You went hunting and you drank beer.
Yeah, that's it.
That was about it. And you cowboyed because that's
the Texas way.
That's it, especially West Texas. So So I was like, I'm gonna be a bull rider. And,
okay.
I'm gonna, win all the money.
And how old were you at the time?
I was a teenager.
Okay.
And
still in high school?
Yeah, I was. Just getting going, and then anyway, we ended up moving to Fort Worth area in high school. So I went from a school that the two best looking girls in my school were my cousins to Fort Worth, and I think my graduating class had about 500 people in it. So life got exponentially better.
Yeah, that's a pretty big graduating class.
That's a big graduating class.
Coming from where you were at, that's a big.
It was culture shock. Here comes the West Texas country boy to the big city. But I'd seen a couple bodybuilding magazines, but I'd never seen an actual bodybuilder.
Right.
And because I was playing football, and I came from a town where pretty much everybody made the team because they needed everybody to have a team.
Yeah.
So and back then, you had to make the team. Where today, everybody gets a stinking participation trophy.
Everybody gets a medal.
Yeah, we don't want to cut nobody because it might hurt their feelings or something.
Yeah, if somebody's parents calls in, he needs to get the ball more. And then they take it away from the star and give it to the guy because his parent called in.
Exactly. But back in the day, there's only so many spots available, and if you didn't make it, you didn't make it.
You didn't make it.
So you went and worked out and got better, and you came back and made the team.
That's it.
That's a life lesson you learn in life. If you can't learn that in high school, how are you going to survive it as an adult, right?
Right.
But anyway, so much I'm gonna have to have my little rant right there. But,
yeah. I'm with you.
I was very much aware that, hey, I need to get bigger and stronger if I'm gonna make the team, because now I'm gonna have to try out for the team, and there's no guarantee you're gonna make it, right?
That's why I got into bodybuilding, was for football too.
Yeah, man. So I had no money, and there's a neighborhood gym, and I couldn't afford a membership, so I went and checked it out, and I was like, I don't have. It was like $15. I didn't have $15, right?
Right.
So I met this kid in the neighborhood. He had a membership. He'd go in, open the back door. I'd slip in. And I had my membership.
Membership granted.
So I'd go in there and we'd work out, and we didn't know what we're doing.
Right.
As young kids.
Yeah, just throwing weights around.
Yeah, we're two young teenage boys, and they're lifting weights. We just trained.
Yeah.
And me being me, I was like, hey man, let's do everything in the gym every day.
Right.
We'll get big.
Yeah.
And so we met this bodybuilder there. He was probably 275, 280 pounds, about 6
big.
foot tall, big dude.
Yep.
National level competitor.
Okay.
And he had a different girlfriend every week. They were all hot.
Yeah.
Drove a Corvette.
Yeah.
And dude could fight.
I want that.
I was slipping in the gym one day in the back, and he was in a fight with this other big dude. Knocked this dude out. Went in the gym, And I told my
Outside
friend,
the gym?
yeah, in the alleyway behind the gym. And
This is so hardcore.
so and it was like a health club. It wasn't like a hardcore gym or nothing. And I told my friend, I was like, yo, man, that dude rules, bro. I said, man, we got to get big, bro. I said, we'll get the chicks, get badass cars, and kick ass.
Get fights.
So, you know, when you're in high school, you think like that, right? So,
Of course.
So this guy, man, he came up to me one day and he said, hey, man, he said, he goes, you two don't know what you're doing. He goes, you're doing it all wrong. You're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have any idea of how to train.
Right.
He goes, why don't you show up tomorrow and I'll show you how to work out properly. I'm like, all right. He walked off and my friend goes, you going to show up? I'm like, yeah, man. He goes, dude, that's just going to kill you, bro. I go, just shut up and come on. He's like, man, I ain't doing that. That dude's going to murder you. I go, I'm going to get big and jacked and I'm going to kick your ass and take your girl. You know, of course, he's like, whatever. My friend was like this. He was like this good looking, you know, he was like
Rico Suave.
yeah,
Kinda.
I got all the girls, man. You know, good, great athlete or something. And I was just like, man, whatever, man. So I showed up, he didn't, and I got my ass kicked.
Yep.
We trained legs. I thought I knew how to work
Legs
out.
day one, too.
Day one. And then,
It's like you think you know how to train legs,
I'll
too.
give you an idea. As the story progresses, you understand what this means.
Yeah.
So he trained me on legs, and he trained me on a real workout.
Yeah.
I think I threw up 3 times. And the last time it's like you're dry heaving, right? But I wouldn't lay him. I just get up and go back and finish the set.
Yeah.
And next day I showed up, you know, back, same thing. You know, I just died for like 2 weeks basically.
Yeah.
But by the end of that 2 weeks, I was getting better.
Yeah.
I wasn't sick no more. I was you know.
No more dry heaving.
Yeah.
The body's starting to adapt.
Exactly. And so he used to write my workouts up for me. I trained, blah, blah, blah. Well, I made the team, started, and had a great season. I think we were undefeated. And
Nice.
so that next summer, he, I think I was 16, 17.
Yeah.
And he said, hey, do you ever think about competing, kid? I'm like, competing? I said, nah, man, I never thought about that. And I'm looking at this dude going, are you nuts? You know, this guy's like 100 pounds heavier than me, probably more than that, actually, 130 pounds. And so he took me to a show that weekend, and I saw what the teenage division was like, and he said, what do you think? I said, man, I could do that if I train for it. And he goes, I'll tell you what, there's a show at the end of the summer. He goes, I'm going to take you to a real gym, get ready for it, and see what you think.
Yeah.
So he picked me up, and I said, what we got right now? He goes, this ain't a real gym. I'm like, all right. So he picked me up on Monday morning. We drove across town, pulled in front of this gym, gravel parking lot, warehouse doors are open, music so loud you can hear it, you know, in the parking lot.
Yeah.
All these big jacked up dudes walking around, hot chicks.
Yeah.
And we walk in, and he introduced me to the owner, a guy's named Brian Dobson. And he goes, hey, man, this is this kid I'm telling you about. He wants to compete at the end of the summer. He said, let me look at you. And well, before he said that, I said, hey, I have no money. I said, I can't afford a membership. I said, you know, I'll work it out. I'll take the trash out, clean the place up, you know, trade out with you for a membership. He said, let me look at you.
Determination right there.
He goes, let me look at you. I took my shirt off, hit some poses. He said, I'll tell you what, kid. He goes, I'll let you work out here. You represent the gym and you win. You don't got to buy a membership. He goes, if you lose, you got to work it off. That was 27 years ago. I still haven't bought a gym membership.